Hello and welcome back to the Life Without Envy web workshop. This is episode 7, Developing a Humility Practice. Now, a couple of seemingly fancy things have happened in my career lately, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Life Without Envy came out in Arabic. Shout out to my translator, Hanan Ali. And then it was announced that a film adaptation of my novel, Bones and All, is in development with some pretty excellent filmmakers attached. People are super impressed by this, even though there's certainly no guarantee this movie is going to get made. As we talked about in the Success versus Satisfaction video, so much of what happens in your career is completely beyond your control. You have to do the work, of course. I like to say you have to meet fate halfway. But when you do, there is no guarantee that fate is going to show up for that rendezvous. So every day I remind myself to feel grateful and express that gratitude. Now I know some of you guys might be thinking, well, this video doesn't really apply to me, Camille. I haven't achieved anything yet. There's nothing to be humble about. So first of all, pretty sure that's not true. Number 2, when you do become the artist that you are envisioning 5 or 10 years from now, you want to have already done the personal growth work so that you have a sane, healthy sense of yourself in relation to your work, so that you don't become one of those insufferable, ego-driven putzes. We've all met people like this. People who relate to the world around them from a place of ego and are taking too much credit for their own efforts and how their work is seen in relation to whatever else is going on. So we don't want to be that person, right? We want to be humble. We want to be grateful. We want to be someone who, when people meet us, they think, oh, wow, this person is so down to earth. They're really kind and giving. They're not full of themselves at all. That's who we want to be, right? I define a humility practice as any regular, deliberate, calm, and loving reminder to self that you are an imperfect creature creating imperfect work. You can create a ritual for your humility practice, or you can keep it very simple. One idea I really like comes from Benjamin Hardy, who recently published a piece on recording audio messages on your iPhone to improve the quality of your relationships. It's more powerful to hear someone thanking you for all you mean to them rather than seeing it in a text or email, because the receiver can hear your gratitude in your voice. My own practice is very simple. I periodically reread this DM I received from Louise Busby, a.k.a. Jill is Black, after she read Life Without Envy. Look at how deliberate her choice of words is here. Thank you for being a vessel. This is where a humility practice really makes a difference inside your own head. When you see your creative endeavors as coming into the world through you rather than from you, when you don't give yourself too much credit for having and sharing your insights, your humility can actually render your work even more resonant than it already was. Now it's your turn. Write down 6 things you've done in your life that you are most proud of. Then jot down the names of at least 3 people who helped you make those achievements happen, and be specific about how they helped you. Consider how you might articulate your gratitude to each of these people in the near future. Here's a side note though. There are a few helpful people on my list I am no longer in touch with, and I don't know that reconnecting with them would be a good idea for either of us. I'm specifically talking about men I've dated, but it's still important for me to take the time to acknowledge the important roles they've played in shaping my work. I can beam them a nice helping of gratitude from a distance, though more to the point of this exercise, I am recognizing that many people have had a hand in any given accomplishment of mine. In some cases, I literally could not have done it without them. This is the perfect time for a special shout out to my mother. I remind myself on a regular basis that the woman who made me gets ultimate credit for every good thing I do in my life. It keeps me humble, and it helps to keep our relationship as loving and as enjoyable for both of us as it can possibly be. Another side note here, any not good thing I have ever done is 100% my fault. Did you have any aha moments in the course of doing this exercise? If so, I would love to hear them, so please leave a comment below. Thank you so much to Jill is Black for helping me with my humility practice. Thank you to you for watching, and I will see you in episode 8.